Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Man, I got a big old pimple here. Um, Happy Thursday, everybody. Um, Today is the 16th, and we're gonna be on the 16th chapter of Proverbs. Proverbs has a chapter for every day of the month. There are 31 days. And when there's not 31 days in the month, just keep reading until you catch up. All right? Now, we read from the New King James Version and the Message Bible to give you a contrast. And along the way, we'll give you some definitions as well, not to insult your intelligence, but to kind of put everything in the proper context so that you can understand it. All right. So, since the day is the 16th, we're going to start on the 16th chapter of Proverbs. Let's pray and get in the word. Father, I thank you for another day around your word. Speak through my mind, speak through my heart, and speak through my lips with wisdom and understanding, that I may precisely articulate this word to pierce the hearing, the vision, and the hearts of your children. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So, chapter 16, verse 1. The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Okay. The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. The Message Bible say, mortals make elaborate plans, but God has the last word. And that's like, you know, when somebody's talking and they say something that they didn't mean to say. See, that's God. All right. You know, when somebody blurts something, he'll say, the preparation of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. And he's the only one that can make people say something that they didn't intend to say. Okay? All right. And they'll play it off and you'll fall for it. But this is a good example of that verse. Verse 2. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. What's your motive? Why are you doing what you're doing? That's what God gonna look at. God gonna look at your motive behind what you're doing. See, man can't see your motive, but God can. The Message Bible say humans are satisfied with whatever looks good. God probes for what is good, because you can't fool him. See, you can fool man with a shiny object, but you can't fool God. And believe it or not, there are a lot of people out here right today trying to fool God, trying to pull one over on God, and it ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. I don't care how you twist it, turn it, look at it. It ain't gonna work. Verse 3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your thoughts will be established. The Message Bible say, put God in charge of your work. Then what you plan will take place. See, when he say your thoughts will be established, man, that's your intuition. See, when you trust God, you don't have a whole lot of voices in your head that you listen to. That's only for the people that the fools are the only ones that got a whole bunch of voices that they listen to. But when you really are in tune and walking with the Lord, He gonna speak to you through your intuition. And it ain't gonna be crazy. See, when you out there living willy-nilly in any kind of way, all kind of thoughts are gonna come in your head. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know the default voice of God. They don't even know it. Haven't something told me, but you can't you don't follow it. You don't listen. Verse 4. The Lord has made all for himself. Yes, even the wicked for the day of doom. I told y'all, man, God can only destroy wickedness. God ain't here to destroy anything righteous. That's not his plan. That's not his goal. You know, his goal is to punish wicked people. And you can decide where you're gonna be. And you can decide. You can decide. That's your decision. AT, what's going on? I'm, I'm waiting for that to catch up with my pockets. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that to catch up with my pockets. Then I believe it. Okay. In the Message Bible, this is what it says. God made everything with a place and purpose. Even the wicked are included, but for judgment. See, a lot of folks say, well, why would God allow somebody wicked to be in charge? Because that's what he can destroy. That's what God can destroy, wickedness. And a wicked person will destroy themselves. You see? So anytime God wants some destruction to take place, he's going to let wicked people get in control. Because he's not going to destroy nothing where a righteous person is in charge. He ain't going to destroy that. Only when the wicked, he has created the wicked for his judgment. Verse 5. Everyone proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though they join forces, none will go unpunished. Let me read that again. Everyone proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though they join forces, none will go unpunished. The Message Bible say, God can't stomach arrogance and pretense. Believe me, he'll put those upstarts in their place. And you can look at some people in our government. You know, they got proud hearts. They done banded together. But all of them gonna be punished. None of them gonna get away scotch-free. And a lot of them use the name of Jesus. Verse 6. In mercy and truth, atonement is provided for iniquity. And by the fear of the Lord, one departs from evil. See, that fear is a reverence for God, respect. See, when you have respect for God, there's some things you just ain't gonna do. There's some things you're not even gonna entertain because you have respect for God. You know the consequences. if you walk down that road. You know the consequence. Man, see, let me show y'all. This guy who was the former lieutenant governor of Virginia just killed his wife and himself in their home. Okay? They should. They should have respect for God. If they don't, you can find out what happened to them right here. It talks about that all day long. It talks about that all day long. Okay? But my story is, look how what's going on. Look how this lieutenant governor, former lieutenant governor of Virginia, um, black guy, young black guy, just killed his wife and himself. That's pressure. All right. It's okay. That's pressure. That's pressure. And and the children were in the house when it happened. That's a that's a hell of a thing to leave on your children. Um, Let me get you out of here. Let me get you out of here. Somebody asked me, do I believe in God? Would I be talking about Proverbs if I didn't believe in God? That's just common sense. See, that's just a distraction. That's all that is, a distraction. I'm talking about living life in Proverbs. How can I talk about this and I don't believe? That's just the way it is. That's the way people are. And sometimes you have to just get rid of some distractions when you see them. Verse 6, in mercy and truth. Oh, I did that one. In the Message Bible, it says, guilt is banished through love and truth. Fear of God deflects evil. Verse 7, when a man ways please the Lord, he make even his enemies be at peace with him. When a man ways please the Lord, he'll make even his enemies be at peace with him. And they'll tell you, I don't like you, man, but I respect you. That's when you know that the hand of God is on you. When your enemies will give you respect. Even though they don't like you, they're not going to confront you. They'll respect what you're doing. Okay? The Message Bible says this: when God approves of your life, even your enemies will end up shaking your hand. And that's powerful, man. That's powerful. And see, I keep telling y'all, either your thoughts are going to expand light or they're going to expand darkness. Your thoughts either going to expand light or expand darkness. And look at the darkness. This former lieutenant governor of Virginia that killed himself and his wife. What kind of thoughts you think he was entertaining? Think about that. And knowing your children are in the house. Hey, Edward, man, thank you for joining me. Long time. And knowing your children are in the house and you do something that drastic that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. They're going to have to live with what he did for the rest of their life. And you mean tell me that dude didn't have no Christian? He could pick up the phone and say, hey, I just need to talk. Didn't have nobody that he could talk to. Didn't have nobody he could reach out to. That's a sad testimony, man. Cause see, once you out of the limelight, people, well, that is extreme selfishness. But uh, um, he still should have had somebody, man, that he could pick up the phone and call. Should have been somebody there that that could make sense to him. But to kill your wife and yourself in the house with your children, that's a dark place, man. That's a real dark place. I mean, really. And young. This guy was young. And see, and it goes to show you, see them people, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. See, that's the mindset that a lot of men get in. If I can't have you, can't nobody have you. And they'll take you out of here. But just think about that, man. His children got to live with that, seeing their parents dead from their father. They're gonna have all kind of issues. Verse 8. Better is a little with righteousness than vast revenues without justice. Message Bible say, far better to be right and poor than to be wrong and rich. Okay. Well, but see, the Rob Reiner murder was done by his children, by his son. Okay. His son killed his father and mother. But we talking about the father that kills the mother and himself. See, that's a cold chicken way to get out. And his soul still ain't gonna have no peace. Ain't gonna get no peace from that, man. I mean, look at the people that are hurt as a result of that. When you do something stupid. See, that just shows you when you don't think things. Look at the amount of people in her family and his family that are disappointed and hurt. Lives are shattered because of one stupid decision. Verse 9. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. The Message Bible say we plan the way we want to live, but only God can make us able to live it. Only God. And you got people out here selling their soul for a few trinkets, selling their soul for just for the status that's gonna be short-lived. They sell their soul. I'm good. I'm good. I serve a good God, man. I serve a real good God. And and God has shown me that even in tough times, he's still gonna open up a way. Even even I mean, I've had some rough times, man, and God always opened up a way. Always. Haven't me down yet. Verse 10, divination is on the lips of the king. His mouth must not transgress in judgment. Let me look up that definition of divination so you can get a clear picture. Divination, the practice of seeking knowledge of the future, hidden information, or divine insight through supernatural means. Oh, they talking about magic and interpreting. In other words, let me see. Let me see what this says. Um, okay, so divination is on the lips of the king. His mouth must not transgress in judgment. The Message Bible say, a good leader motivates, doesn't mislead, and doesn't exploit. Whoa, whoa, Everett. Man, thank you, brother, for that blessing, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Hey, y'all check out. Uh have you started your I know you did one, the Gospel of EO. You did one series. Have you done the other ones? Have you got a new one on? If you have, I I done missed it. But man, y'all check out Everett Overton, this guy right here. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Check out Everett, man. Check him out. Cause and listen, and if you sensitive, this ain't the man for you. Okay. This brother and is one of my biggest supporters, man. He's the first one that really stepped up to start supporting me. And through him, I met I met okay, see, so I got 5 ways to remove evil from your life. That's the Gospel of EO. Um, that's the first, that's the first series. It's a 10 series thing. But let me just give you a little brief snippet. Let me give you a little brief snippet. Thank Philip Crocker, $50. Yeah, yes. Hold on a second. I mean, this is the brother I'm talking about right here. Admit it. You're suffering. Another thing you need to realize is that you've tried it your way and you've tried it the world's way. You've watched the world operate. You've watched how people move. Oh, that appears to work for such and such. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I should mimic that. Maybe I should take on that persona. Maybe I should do that. How's that working for you? The number one thing you got to do today is admit your suffering. If you can't admit that, we don't just turn this off. Turn it off. Another on top of admitting your suffering is realize that you've tried it your way. Why don't you try it God's way? Now, somebody might say, well, what's God's way? We'll get there. Oh, we'll get there. Like I told you before, you know when you're living wrong and you know when you're living right. How do you know that? When you are living right, you feel a sense of relief. Let me repeat this, man. Say this to you. When you are living right, you feel relief. There you go. When you are not living right, you feel heavy. See? There you go. Who in here? There you go, man. Man, check that brother out. Check him out. Everett Overton. Okay? A lot of you guys, man, y'all need to follow him. He's a good brother. I ain't lying. He's a good brother. Okay? Um, and just bless me too, man. And just bless me too. Let me see here. Yep, just bless me. Sure did. All right. Listen, verse 11. Honest weights and scales are the Lord's. All the weight in the bag are his work. The Message Bible say God cares about honesty in the workplace. Your business is his business. All right? God cares about honesty in the workplace. And you got a lot of folk, man, that will get over you faster than you could drop a hot biscuit. They'll take advantage of you because they don't have any integrity. Verse 12. It's an abomination for kings to commit wickedness, for a throne is established by righteousness. Message Bible say, good leaders abhor wrongdoing of all kinds. Sound leadership has a moral foundation. Sound leadership has a moral foundation, which means you're going to have some compassion on people. That's what you're going to do. You ain't raking them over the coals. You know, you ain't taking from them and giving it to somebody else. That's not compassionate. Verse 13. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him who speak what is right. Message Bible say, good leaders cultivate honest speech. They love advisors who tell them the truth. That's your integrity. All right? That's your integrity. That's what we're talking about. Your integrity. As messengers of death is the king's wrath, but a wise man will appease it. Message Bible say, an intemperate leader wreaks havoc in lives. You're smart to stay clear of somebody like that. Okay? Because you paying attention to what's going on. You know, and a wise person will get out of the way. They won't mess with nobody like that. They'll stay clear of them because they know what the results will be. Verse 15. In the light of the king's face is life, and his favor is like a cloud of latter rain. The Message Bible say, good tempered good tempered leaders invigorate lives. They're like spring rain and sunshine. Good tempered leaders invigorate lives. They don't destroy them. They lift them up. And you look how so many people's lives are being destroyed. Can you imagine? You leave home, going to work, and ICE pick you up and deport you. Now, everything you done work for, people gonna break in and steal it because they know you've been deported. They're gonna break in your house and steal everything you own because they know ain't nothing you can do about it. They get all your stuff. Even people that are evicted, stuff is just left out for, who knows, anybody can take. See, that ain't no good tempered leader that would do something like that. How much better to get wisdom than gold, And to get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Look, ladies and gentlemen, um, let me read this to you. So you won't think I'm not saying this. Um, let me see here. This is Proverbs chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 13. And this is talking about wisdom and understanding and show you how powerful this is. Happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding, for her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. There's nothing on earth you can desire that can compare to wisdom and understanding. There's nothing on the face of the earth that can compare with wisdom and understanding. Now, see, so that tells you that when things get rough, rather than you panicking, you turn to your wisdom and understanding. See, that's when you're going to have to turn. When you start running up against adversity, it's when you going to have to turn to wisdom and understanding. Okay? The Message Bible say, get wisdom. It's worth more than money. Choose insight over income every time. There's nothing you can desire that can compare with wisdom and understanding. Verse 17, the highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He who keeps his way preserves his soul. Message Bible say, the road of right living bypasses evil. Watch your step and save your life. See, because anytime you get indulged in evil, God can destroy that. And it might be your luck that the first time you step off into doing something wicked, that's when you just get destroyed. Okay? And you got a lot of people out here that take this for granted because they think they're gonna have the time to get right with God. And 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 if you want to play with that fire, God bless you. If you think you got enough time that you can live how you want, the way you want, anytime you want, and you still got time to get right with God, you're fooling yourself. Verse 18, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before fall. Let me give you the definition of haughty and see if you recognize anybody. Hold on. Haughty, someone blatantly proud, arrogant, and scornfully superior, acting as tough as they are better, acting as though they are better than others. Do that. Let me read that again. Someone blatantly proud, arrogant, and scornfully superior, acting as though they are better than others. See, it says pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall, which means that person that think they're superior, that they're better than, that's right before they fall. That's the attitude they're going to be displaying before they take a fall. And you can look in our federal government right now and see pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. The Message Bible say, first pride, then the crash. The bigger the ego, the harder the fall. I told you, man, God ain't gonna destroy no righteous person. He's only He's only going to destroy that which is wicked, that is an abomination to him. Verse 19, better to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. Message Bible say, it's better to live humbly among the poor than to live it up among the rich and famous. Better to live humbly among the poor. See, because when you get around them rich people, you're going to be pretending. A lot of the things you do are not going to be sincere. They just not. Verse 20, he who heeds the word wisely will find good, and whoever trusts in God, happy is he. The Message Bible say, it pays to take life seriously. Things work out when you trust in God. And I'm a living witness, man. Man, I just bought this new speaker. This cop confiscated my sign, my speaker, my donation bucket, my cart, everything. Took everything. So I had to start back over from scratch. And I found this speaker that the one I had, I could probably get 5 hours out of it, you know. And I have to keep adjusting the volume to keep the battery from draining. But this speaker, this turtle box that I got, I can play it all day blasting, and the battery will last a couple days. So um, I pulled the trigger. I said, let me buy this speaker, man. And it cost a grande. I got the big boy, okay? And I just say, you know what? Man, I'm gonna trust God. I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna get this speaker, and I'm gonna trust God. And yeah, things been a little tight, but boy, he always open up a way. Ain't lying. Always open up a way. Ain't lying about that. He opens up a way. And you just have to not try to figure out how he gonna do it, but just believe it's gonna get done. And he'll make a way for you, man. I'm a witness. I am a witness. Um, oh man, this thing is, oh, this speaker is a classic, man. I mean, it really is. Really is. Man, in fact, Jay King of Club Nouveau. Y'all done heard Lean on Me. Um, if you haven't, listen Club Nouveau, Lean on Me. And if when you hear it, you go, oh yeah, I remember that song. Um, uh, I'm gonna be playing his music down in front of the White House. I'm playing this. Sometimes he was in here yesterday. He was in here yesterday. But I'm gonna start playing his music. Verse 20. He who heeds the word wisely will find good, and whoever trusts in the Lord, happy is he. Oh yeah, 21. The wise in heart will be called prudent, and sweetness of the lip increase learning. The Message Bible say, a wise person get known for insight. Gracious word adds to one reputation. When you don't go around offending people, you know, you got some good things to say about folk. You got some people, man, they don't have nothing good to say about nobody. Nobody. You know, always moaning and groaning about somebody. Them the kind of people you want to stay away from. Because, see, the same people that they're talking about to you, they'll go back to them people and talk about you to them. And they're going to add some spice because they got to make it intriguing. See, that's the thing about a person with drama. They always going to have to put some yeast in their story to make it appealing. And that yeast they add might not be the truth. Okay? Don't worry, man, when people try to trip you up. Don't worry. Verse 22. Understanding is the wellspring of life to him who has it, but the correction of fools is folly. The Message Bible say true intelligence is a spring of fresh water, while fools sweat it out the hard way because they don't want to listen. They just don't want to listen. So they have to learn the hard way. Verse 23. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth and adds learning to his lips. The heart of the wise. See, because the Bible say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. And see, and you have to be paying attention to what people be saying. And that'll give you some insight into who they are. The Message Bible say, they make a lot of sense, these wise folk. Whenever they speak, their reputation increases because they say what they mean and mean what they say. Ain't no double talk with a righteous person. A righteous person is going to say what they mean and mean what they say. Ain't no lie in that. You might be offended, but it ain't no lie in it. Verse 24. Pleasant words are like honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the bones. Message Bible say, gracious speech is like clover honey, good taste to the soul, quick energy for the body. Because your words are the fruit of your mouth. Whether you be saying it in a jokingly manner, your subconscious don't know when you joking or playing. Your words are the fruit of your mouth. Okay. And and if you go back and look at how your life is going and take a serious look at what you're saying, you're going to see the two probably parallel. Verse 25. There's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. The Message Bible say, there's a way that look harmless enough. Look again. It leads straight to hell. And that's how they catching a lot of these young kids in these sinful lifestyle. Because on the surface, it look good until they get in it. And once they get in it, they can't get out. And some of them, especially some of these little fast young ladies, they end up losing their life because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, thinking they know it all. And I feel sorry for the parents. Verse 26, the person who labor for himself, for his hungry mouth drives him on. Message Bible say, appetite is an incentive to work. Hunger makes you work all the harder. And that hunger might not necessarily be for food. It might be for some things you desire, some stuff you want. So you put in the overtime, you get an extra job because you trying to achieve something. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people who want something for nothing that will wait till you get your goals, and then that's what they want to steal. They want to break in your house. They want to steal your car, and you just got it. And that's the way people are. And most of the time, it's somebody that know you that's doing. Ain't no stranger. That's somebody that know you that's jealous of what you're doing. Verse 27. An ungodly man digs up evil, and is on his lips like a burning fire. Message Bible say, mean people spread mean gossip. Their words smart and burn. Mean people. And they don't think that's going and seeing that negativity is rottenness of your bones. That's what's gonna rot your bones. That dark energy. And a lot of people are stuck in their anger, their hatred, their unforgiveness, and don't realize, man, that's taking a toll on your body. And it's gonna hit you all of a sudden. And one day you just gonna bam, and it's gonna hit you. And you're gonna think it's all of a sudden, but you've been getting warnings all the time, but you've been ignoring them because you're so caught up in your anger. Verse 28, a perverse man sows strife, and a whisperer separates the best of friends. That's a gossiping person. That's a gossiping person. That whisperer separate. Listen what the Message Bible say. Troublemakers start fight. Gossip breaks up friendships. And you know what? That's probably what needs to be done is to unite former friends. God placed that on my heart. Some kind of way, man, figure out how you can unite former friends. And the idea come to me. And if we could get some former friends to start speaking again, look how much better the world would be. If we can, that's why I like this song by Club Nouveau. Um, Lean on Me. That's why I like that song. And that's what gave me the idea. Man, try to bring together some former friends and see what happens. Verse 29. A violent man entices his neighbor and leads him in a way that is not good. Message Bible say, callous climbers betray their very own friends. They stab their own grandmothers in the back. And you got family members that will stab each other in the back for a little bit of money. I'm telling you, you got family members for a little bit of money, man, they'll stab their relatives in the back. Verse 30, he winks his eye to devise perverse things. He purses his lips and bring about evil. When somebody purses their lips, like, that's the evil is coming when somebody purses their lips. You look at them and boy, they like, you just wait. That um Message Bible say a shifty eye betrays an evil intention. A clenched jaw signals trouble ahead. And you got to pay attention to that stuff, man. You got to pay attention to it. Verse 31, the silver-haired head is a crown of glory if it is found in the way of righteousness. Message Bible say gray hair is a mark of distinction, the award for a God loyal life. And look how many people try to get rid of their gray hair and not knowing that's a distinction. Okay? Verse 32, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. Message Bible say, moderation is better than muscle, self-control better than political power. That's discipline that he's talking about. That's what you can't do this without no discipline. You got to have that discipline. All right. Verse 33, the lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. The Message Bible say, make your motions and cast your votes, but God has the final say. God, a lot of the things that you're doing, let God have the final say and just trust him. And believe me, man, if you put your trust in God, you won't go wrong. I'm telling you, you won't go wrong. All right, that's the end of chapter 16. Now, tomorrow is Friday. I haven't decided yet. Um, but these kids be at the Navy Yard, and I want to take my speaker down and play some music for them and try to talk to them, entertain them, and preach to them in intervals. To try to let them make sense. To try to see what they're doing, to get a better understanding. But I'm gonna use music to try to reach them. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But if I don't be on here at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be down at the waterfront at the Navy Yard, and I'll go live and let y'all see what the crowd is like. But they need some help. These young people need some help. They really do. And and nobody's trying to come down to their level and talk to them. They want these young kids to come up to the adult level. And a lot of them not even ready for that. So I might, I might, but that's my, I'll let y'all know. But if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll go live from the Navy Yard and show you where I am. Okay. And then we'll catch up. Because they down there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, and I plan to be down there with them, with my music and my sign, and see, and see, go to show you, this cop, when he confiscated my stuff, had he never took my speaker, I would have been content just going down to the White House, not even thinking about going to the Navy Yard, because I know I can't blast my music, and for a long period of time. But with this speaker, man, I can go down there and blast my stuff and not even worry about the battery running out. That's why I like this speaker, because it has a great battery life. All right. All right, y'all. So have a good day, man. I'll see you later.